tonight. Welcome back, Austin. The Rocket lead has swelled to 13. It's a three-point game. James has it ripped away. Shepard on the steal and the flush. What a gritty win.
It's so hard to close out a team in the postseason, so we got to be better on Friday.
Hello and welcome to First Take. It's Thursday. We are almost there, Michael Wilbon. We got like 2 more days, and then the weekend is finally here. Shay Cornett, Michael Wilbon here with you. Stephen A., good morning from Los Angeles, where you witnessed the Houston Rockets last night. Took care of business.
I'm sorry. I was going to say good morning. How are you? And you know what? You clearly, just a little tweak we got to work with you, Shay. You're talking to 2 guys in Mike Wilbon and Stephen A. that don't know much about weekends. The Fridays are no different than Mondays to us. In our careers, we don't have weekends, Shay. But I got you. I understand.
That's fair. Well, it's in like a day and a half is the weekend.
Is that it? Really?
Get excited for that, okay? You know how whenever Kenny Smith, who comes on later here on First Take, he screams Queens in the building?
Queens in the building.
Should we start yelling Chicago in the building?
Yes, we should.
Chicago in the building.
Stephen A. He'll turn up his nose at that. He didn't like hearing that.
No.
Shay be stealing lines, Wilbon. She be stealing Chicago in the building. No one has ever said that until Shay comes along. But she earned it. She's the matriarch. All right, Chicago in the building for now.
Chicago in the building. For now. Queens is coming later. But for now, let's go to Houston and what they were able to take care of in Los Angeles last night. No Kevin Durant. No problem for Houston, who held on yet again, beating the Lakers 99-93 to push the series to at least 6 games. Alperen Şengün had 14 points, 9 boards, 8 dimes. Tari Eason put in 18 for the Rockets as well. As for the Lakers, they did get Austin Reaves back for the first time this series. He had 22 points, but the turnovers were costly. Here's Charles Barkley last night.
I saw all these idiots and fools on television. LeBron's playing great for a 41-year-old in game 1 and game 2. And he played great in game 1 too. But when you get older, the longer a series goes, his efficiency is coming down.
Okay, Shams reported this morning on Get Up that Kevin Durant will miss Game 6 tomorrow night. And so, how much trouble, given what Charles Barkley just said as well, how much trouble are the Lakers in after last night's loss, Stephen A.?
As first things first, they are in trouble, no doubt. But let me say this. As his brother, obviously, Mike Wilbon is more tighter with Barkley than I am. But I love my brother Chuck. We all know that. I need him to expand his vocabulary in terms of calling people idiots. Everybody's a damn idiot in his world. That's number one. Number two, it's amazing to me how he's so quick to call people idiots. How many times, Wilbon, can we call up some prediction or critique that Charles Barkley has made where he's had to modify it months later? It's amazing that everybody is an idiot but him. He's unbelievable, but we love him. We got you. Here's the deal. The Lakers are in some trouble. I'm going to tell you this, Wilbon and Shay. As I reflect being there last night, I was like, did Austin Reaves need to be out there? It's like if he wasn't out there, Luke Kennard would have had a bigger role. It might not have disrupted their rhythm. Luke Kennard was virtually non-existent. And considering how great he looked in Game 1, it's almost one of those moments where you look at him and you're saying games 1 and 2, to a lesser degree, game 3, ride that wave. And that wasn't what happened. And the Lakers just didn't seem like themselves. And LeBron looked old. And that is the thing that really stood out. Now, you're going up against a Houston team with a starting 5, all 24 years of age.
Babies.
Or younger.
Yeah.
All babies. Well, guess what they have? Even though they don't have the experience, they got a spring in their step. They've got their legs. As the Lakers waned and fatigue kicked in, Houston was more energized. All we were worried about watching Houston, who was once down by 10 and then up by 13 or 14 for crying out loud, 24-point turnaround that way between the second and third quarters. The reality is this. When you look at the Houston Rockets, the one thing you worried about was their energy. Were they going to have it in the fourth quarter? Because you know they turn the ball over, and you know them in clutch time, they can be a bit erratic. So you're looking at Reed Shepard, you're looking at Amen Thompson, and you're saying, can they handle it? and they ended up handling it. They were assisted by LeBron, who was just off and had a couple of key turnovers. Clearly, nobody else was really stepping up and being formidable offensively. And Houston, as a result, has life and they have the momentum because they're going back to Houston, having won 2 straight. I expect them to win Game 6 and force a Game 7 here in LA at the very least. That's what I'm looking at for one reason above all else, their energy. The Lakers were searching for it. The Houston Rockets obviously had it. That was the difference when it really, really counted.
Stephen A., I want to go back to your Austin Reaves point for a second, because yesterday I sat here and said the hiccup in this for the Lakers would be trying to get Austin Reaves back, work him back. We see this all the time in the regular season when even bigger stars than Reaves come back in, and they are high usage players. That first game trying to get them back in is often resulting in an L. That's to some degree what happened. I'm not blaming Austin Reaves. You got to get him back in. What was he, 4 for 16? So he won't have that issue. I think Reaves will be more sure of himself. He will be closer to the Austin Reaves we saw when the Lakers got hot and he and Luka and LeBron were playing that well together. We're going to see much closer to that Austin Reaves in Game 6. I really believe that. But here's the other thing. The Houston Rockets didn't stand around waiting for Kevin Durant last night because there was no Kevin Durant. They didn't wait around for KD because they couldn't. They didn't wait around for Şengün because he's the guy who stood up in a meeting and said, no, we've all got to do this. And that worked for Game 5. I don't know whether that same blueprint can work for Game 6. I think we're going to see a better Reaves. But I could also see the Lakers getting their doors blown off in Houston and having to come back in what would be one of the great dramatic first-round Game 7s we've seen ever.
Well, listen, here's the deal. I definitely see a Game 7. I definitely see them get run out of the building in Game 6 because Houston is desperate, number one, but number two, they have the momentum, and again, they've got fresh legs. That's not the case with the Los Angeles Lakers. Remember, in the first 3 games when the Lakers went up 3-0, they shot 46% from three-point range. Over the last 2 losses, they've shot 24.5%, including 1 for 10 in the fourth quarter last night. They're not shooting the ball. This is one of the problems we've lamented. When they're hitting shots, obviously they're formidable. Luka Doncic has something to do with that, with him being out. They're severely compromised. Austin Reaves, you probably got him on the court last night, in all fairness to J.J. Redick and the coaching staff, because in case you lost this game, at least he's got some of the rust off, and he'd be better prepared, one would assume, come Game 6, because the brother is a 23-point-per-game scorer. But in the end, what I'm saying is, we know this about Houston. Not only their youth, but they're elite defenders. They're a top 6, top 7 defensive team in the National Basketball Association. When Kevin Durant was on the court to start off the season, they were a team that was capable of starting 4 dudes 6'11" or taller. They've got that size. So when you look at their size, their athleticism, their fresh legs, their rebounding ability, their willingness to defend, all of those things are things that work against the Los Angeles Lakers. So you're going to require a Herculean effort from somebody. I don't understand why Rui Hachimura can't be more effective offensively. He's got the body type. He's got a skill set. I don't know why that happens to him. I think Luke Kennard was compromised because with a shooter, J.J. Redick knows this better than most. You don't disrupt them when they're in the flow. You make sure you feed them. That may not have necessarily been the case over the last 2 games with Luke Kennard. I think that has hurt them. But Austin Reaves coming back, who knows how much that's going to help. But you certainly didn't expect on 2 full days rest for LeBron James to look as anemic as he looked last night. He just didn't look effective at all. He just did not have it. And I think in order for the Lakers to win this series, he's going to have it. And I'm betting in all likelihood that it would be in a Game 7 back at the Crypto.com arena as opposed to a Game 6 in Houston. I think Houston is going to blow their doors off in Game 6, and I think they're going to force a Game 7 back here in L.A.
One thing I would say, Stephen A., and yes, that was reflected in the 0 for 6 3-point shooting that we saw from LeBron last night, and they were all front rim.
Yep.
You know, it was particularly late, those last 3. But let me just say this. Houston, all that youth, at what point do they realize the moment they're in And is that realization what's going to bring them down? I don't think that'll happen at home in Game 6. But I think it's hard for me to see the Lakers losing 3 straight and losing a Game 7, which, look, all the historical ramifications, I don't want to get crazy. But LeBron, can you imagine just going into that, the anticipation, what we would all be talking about and speculating about and looking at and examining and trying to figure out as LeBron goes into a Game 7 tied 3-3 after being up 3-0 in a series. He's 24-0 when he's up 2-0 in a series. There's so much to go here. But again, the youngest team to ever win a playoff game in NBA history, the Houston Rockets, last night, that starting group. When are the nerves going to set in? If I want to choose somebody based on calm and poise,